So, please come on up, and I'm going to get you to introduce yourself, but I'm also Tim, who you know, Tim Dilmer from... You did Celebrity Apprentice, you also did Big Brother. How many did you do?
I've done 3 Big Brothers, 2 in Australia, 1 in Canada.
Oh, wow. So, Tim...
Hello, everyone.
Reggie.
Hi, I'm Reggie.
He's the most popular person on earth. And Reggie, I'm not certain, but I think you might be the only person who's won it twice.
In Australia.
In Australia, yes.
My first Big Brother was 2003, and we didn't have all the social media back then, so there was nothing to be really read about myself. And then the second time round, which was last year, oh my God, it was so different, and especially with the social media. And the worst thing that I kept reading over and over again by the trolls was, she's not blind, she's faking it. And it really, really hurt, because I am legally blind. I have an eye disease, retinitis pigmentosa, and I've just also been diagnosed with Usher's syndrome, which will be deaf-blind. So, and reading all the comments, I wasn't allowed to defend myself, because, you know, you're in a contract, there's certain rules about what you can and can't do with social media. And I had to sit there and read all this stuff and not say anything back, and that was hard, like, you know. And then there was a lot of stuff like, oh, she only won because, you know, people felt sorry for me, but it's bullshit.
Absolute nonsense. How do you think you coped with it? Because I saw all of that, and you posted some where, you know, we've known each other for a while. How did you cope with it? Because I think you are extraordinarily resilient.
Yeah, so, and also I've got 2 kids now, and I didn't want them reading all this stuff about me, but, you know, you can't stop that. But how I coped was, I like vodka, so vodka, lime and soda. So that helped along the way. And also, you know, and I'd say to myself, oh, you know, I was so proud of myself for what I did, and especially, you know, losing a lot of my vision. I was just proud, and I think these people who are saying all this stuff about me don't know who I am and what I deal with every single day. So that's what it was. I was just, I know who I am. I know what I'm going through. I know of all this stuff that I've been through, and that gives me strength to keep on going.
Yeah. Tim, what do you think?
Oh, you got one.
Did you say what?
I think we met years ago on, was it a Karen Affair?
Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't bad. I was hungover from what I can remember. Oh, anyway, yes, I do like drinking. And Dave, I know, look, when Dave came into the house, first, if you didn't watch the show, me and Tim went in first together, and then Estelle and... No, Dave rocked up, didn't you? And it was like he's come in swearing his head off and loud, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. But but Dave is just an absolute beautiful person, and we formed a very awesome friendship while we were in the Big Brother house. And I was absolutely devastated when he left. He was my rock in there. And even coming out of the house, like we've caught up a couple of times and gone to some functions for your fundraiser, and Dave's just got a big heart, and he does so much for everyone else. And I don't think Dave takes enough time to look after him yourself, or you don't. It's always looking out for others, and that's a special gift to have, because not many people have that, you know, empathy and kindness. So. Yeah, and I'm glad that you're my friend. And Tim, like he, I thought, was it the first time we met? When did we? I can't.
Dreamworld once.
Oh,
Quickly.
Dreamworld, yeah, quickly. That's
Yeah.
right, going down a slide. And then I met Tim when he, when we got into the car, and I was just so excited to see Tim, and I sort of had this perception of Tim of being this like scary person, and once I got to know Tim in the house, he was just again another side, this beautiful person who loved watching, collecting bugs from out in the backyard and putting them in, beside his bed, and it was the side that I didn't know about you, and you also are a kind person, Tim. Yeah, you're just beautiful, and it's great to have met you guys. So yeah, I know I babble on a bit much, sorry, but well, with the first Big Brother, like that was absolutely insane, crazy. I don't think Australia experienced anything like it ever.
She got a ticker tape parade in
Yeah.
Hobart.
So
The whole city came out.
yeah, so
The whole island came out.
yeah, and I was the first person since the Beatles to have the water cannons go over the plane to welcome me home. Yeah, so it was only me. Only me and the Beatles have had that done. So that was special. And yeah, and then, and back then I had to have, I couldn't walk down the street without being mobbed, and I had to have 2 security guards live with me for a few weeks, and one of them used to work for Jennifer Lopez, and he said, this is more crazy than working for her, like I've never seen anything like it, it was mad. And that took a couple of years. Gosh, it was really hard. It was so hard because everyone was like, Reggie. I couldn't get a job and all that kind of thing because it was just so mad. And then as the years went on, it's sort of like, that's all sort of faded, but people still know me and still would come up and say g'day in the supermarket. Everyone still knows who I am and wants to talk to me. And then the second time around, it was just completely different because I think it's the way that the show's made now, and it's pre-recorded, and you don't have that engagement with the live audience anymore. But I still have my fans out there, but it just wasn't as crazy as the first Big Brother. And now, I need to get a job. So anyone wants to employ me. But that's what I need to do. So even though I've won the show again, it's really bizarre. Like I've won it twice, and it's the only person in Australia to do that. And it's like, oh, bye. It's like, again, thank you, bye. No one cares about you. It's the most bizarre thing. And I'm like, oh, wow, I thought this time round something would have come of it, like the first time. And I've just gone back in that same circle again. The same thing has repeated itself, and I'm like, oh, this is mad. Like, yeah, it's
really hard.
Yeah.
Because I give people a talk of doom and say you're going to be too famous to go back to a job. You're not going to be famous enough to be famous because you're not a singer releasing a new album.
And that's what it's...
So you'll be in this strange limbo. You probably won't work for 2 years.
Yeah.
And we can't give you money for 2 years because we're all off working on MasterChef or, women speaking events. So, it's very straightforward.
Oh, gosh, I could do OnlyFans. But that could be on the cards.
Should we take a vote? There's but all seriousness though, but it's really bizarre. It's like, all the hype and that again, and then it's just gone boom,
Hey, she's a blind woman. Just stand back. She's going to trip over. Get your phones out, video it.
$25 a pop on showbiz.
I wish I had a taser on the end of my cane. I'd zap them all. I'd love to get one. Oh dear.
What do you do when someone triggers you?
I do get triggered in the supermarket, so that's my biggest thing. I was like, people banging into me. I do bang into them, but I get triggered a lot by just people being not aware, and it's amazing how many people walk around looking at their phones, and you're walking around with a cane and they just don't. They blame me for knocking into them, and I sometimes, under my breath, I just go, "You fucking bastards!" But I just got to stop, and that's just with the public. But with trolls and that, I kindly either laugh at, I do laughing emojis and things on horrible things I just laugh at it. That's all I can do.
Can we please have a